What is the real reason why I have chosen to dedicate so much time and energy to YouTube opposed to other platforms? If you are new here, welcome. My name is Marquita. I am a spiritual coach, an author, and also the host of the Alchemy Soul podcast. So if you're interested in checking that out, please be sure to check the description below. I'm currently on a 365-day long form content challenge. And the reason why I am doing this video right now is because I want to emphasize the importance for me why long form content is much better for the person that I am. And so for me, I am a person who values depth over short clips, like short-handed content. Um, for a while, I had dedicated myself to doing TikTok, right? And I would do like these shorts and these little short messages or whatever the situation may be. But what I realized about myself is that I wouldn't stay consistent with that because I would want to go into depth, right? Like I would want to talk more about how I arrived to the conclusion that I was speaking about. And so, um, I had already created a YouTube channel, right? Like this was already created when I decided to do a TikTok, to do my TikTok account. However, I feel that it is easier for me to stay consistent with YouTube and also stay consistent with my podcasting because I have a deep emotional and spiritual and insightful message that always needs to come out, right? Most of the time, before I get ready, before I come onto camera, I'm asking Spirit, like, Spirit, hey, what do you want me to talk to people about today? What do you feel like for me will be the path of least resistance for me to talk about for somebody for a length of time? In addition to, like, what is it that I need to get off my heart in order to help someone else, right? And I always come with something, right? It's not always pretty. I don't always deliver the message in a very consistent and concise way. However, I know that every single time I step up to the plate, it is a spirit-led message, even if it's just me simply sharing my experience traveling, right? For those of you who are new here, I am a world traveler. I call myself a world traveler. I'm not gonna put the quotation marks. X out the quotation marks. I am a world. Why I can't say that word, y'all? Why I can't I am a world traveler. I'm so interested to see like how my vocabulary and my dialect changes like over the course of the years that I am traveling because I'm from Chicago. We already are a little country, and then I lived in Atlanta for 10 years. And one day I was listening to myself and I'm like, dang, girl, you sound country. Like, and so it's just really interesting, like, to listen back to myself. But um depth, right? Like I want to talk about depth and what that really means for the collective. Since social media has started saying, hey, short content, and it feels like it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, right? Like people just want bursts of like content here and there, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 60 seconds. That's still very short. However, I, for myself, want to continue to build a platform based off depth, right? I need people to understand how I arrived to a conclusion, right? I am not a person that always am going to give a step-by-step guide because I don't really believe in step-by-step guides. Like, in all honesty, like whatever process that you're going down, it should be very unique to you. So I'm not really a big person on step-by-step guides, but I am a person on giving tips, suggestions, how I arrive from A to B. Like I'm a person that wants to inform and teach. And so as I am learning how to be a better teacher, a better spiritual communicator, a better evolved informant, as I am learning how to become these things, as I keep showing up every single day, I want to make sure that it is effective, right? And that is not always able to be communicated in short form content. And so I held a lot of, well, what is the word I want to say? I held a lot of, it wasn't resent, but it was like, I feel that I should. And the reason why I feel like that is because I look at other creators, and other creators are managing all of these platforms. And I know that I'm not at the level of some of the creators that I follow and, that I'm inspired by. However, I think that for me, in order for me to stay consistent, I have to focus here. Now, I do repurpose my content and I do put it on TikTok. That's fine. I thought to myself the other day, I'm like, so I have several goals right now. And one of those goals is obviously building my message like not being, nothing's gonna be perfect, but like getting clearer on my message and also just staying consistent, right? Like, but also there's a financial component in it. Like, I want to be at a place in my journey where I am getting financial compensation for my speaking and the energy that I'm putting out. Why? Because I deserve that, right? Like I deserve to get back the energy that I'm giving out. It doesn't have to be financial compensation, right? It can just be the energy coming back to me in whatever form the universe chooses to give it back, right? Um, but financially, it would be nice. Like I'm never gonna be like, I don't want money from this. That would be a lie. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell y'all that that is not one of my goals as it relates to this, but it is not my main goal, right? I think that when we are learning to embrace our purpose, when we are learning to live in our purpose, I think that it is so important to make sure that you are clear on the intention that is driving the purpose. At the top of it, I am doing it because Spirit told me to do it. I am doing it because Spirit told me you got something to say. I am doing it because I want to be obedient to the universal energy. I want to do it because I know I came here with a purpose. I know that everybody came here with a purpose, and I feel more fulfilled when I'm showing up and speaking to you all every single day. I feel fulfilled, right? And I know that 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now, whenever it decides to take off, I know that this message will be here for somebody who needs it. You all are witnessing me in real time, baby. You witnessing me in real time learn how to manifest my reality. You're really witnessing me manifesting the dream in real time. Baby, when I say that I want to be a world renowned speaker or world renowned author, these are the things that I am speaking over my life, and it is not for me. It is because Spirit said that I can be that, and it is for the collective energy because I have something to say. I have something to teach. I am so big in making sure that the knowledge that I am obtaining is lived, right? So that way it can become wisdom, right? So that way it can become teachable to the collective. If I obtain knowledge and I don't live it, then what I'm doing is I'm just regurgitating knowledge that you can pick up from anywhere, right? That's very easy to do. Like you just obtain knowledge and have it in your mind as archives, like you could just pull from it. However, I obtain knowledge and I live it so that it can become wisdom, right? I go down the journeys. I get curious. I learn the principles, the laws, the lessons, the I learn from the great teachers and all of the philosophers in the past. I read the books, I study. I study myself. I understand myself. I take time to sit with myself and sit with spirit so that I can be able to go down the journey of knowing what it means to live the way that I am meant to live, right? So that way I can teach others that they can also live in whatever the way that they want to live, really. I'm really big on you create your reality. I'm really big on you can do what you want to do. I'm really big on if it's in alignment, it should feel good. If it's in alignment, it should feel purposeful. I am really big on selfishness, and I'm also really big on making sure that you remember who you are before they told you who you had to be. It's so many people who have this mask on, have like this facade. They're carrying the energy and the expectations. They're of, people in their past. They're hearing the voices of their parents. They're hearing the voices of society, of their boss, of their colleagues. Like the voices in their head is not their own, right? It's the voices of people that you have interacted who have impacted your journey along the way, and you are not able to discern your voice from theirs. So you continue to make decisions and choices based off what you think they think or whatever message they have embedded in you. And it's not all bad, right? Because like I just said, I read, I study, I learn from the philosophers and the teachers that resonate with me. Right? So more often than not, I'm hearing the voice of Eckhart Tolle. I'm hearing the voice of Abraham Hicks. I'm hearing the voice of Reverend Ike. I'm hearing the voice of Wayne Dyer. I'm hearing the voice of, let me see some current day teachers, Iyanla Van Zyne. I'm hearing the voice of Gary Zukav, Oprah, Kiki. Like these influences that have done the work to be where they are, right? But also have gone down the journey and learned the experience and have gained wisdom to teach to us, right? I'm just a subset part of that, right? Like we are all, let's take a break for that. I'm about to start crying. We are all the Jesus of our time. We can all be the Jesus of our time, right? I'm not a big religious person, right? I'm not a big religious person. But what I do know, as someone who is deeply spiritual and deeply in constant communication with spirit, I do know that the teachers that are revered, the teachers that are embraced and loved and celebrated, right? Jesus, Buddha, you know, those were teachers and philosophers of their time, right? I'm not a big religious person because I don't believe in one specific, I'm not a person that's like, I'm dedicated to one specific belief system. I believe in all of it, right? Because I believe that we are all the individual influence. We can be, not all of us are, but we can be the individual philosophers of our time, right? In my world, right? And the people that I interact with, the people I come in contact with, the people that learn lessons from me, people that listen to me, whatever, like I am the subsect of a piece of God, right? Like we all have a cup of God in us. And we all have an individual puzzle piece, right? So we all have a part to play. And I'm just so grateful because, I'm not religious and I don't believe that, you know, Jesus or Buddha is the end all to be all. I do believe that everybody has played a part, right? Including Jesus. And I think that I'm playing my part and you're playing your part. However, we both can learn to understand ourselves and our spirit a little bit more in order to play our part more fully. And I feel that this message went deep, right? I didn't, when I first sat down here to talk about what I wanted to talk about, I didn't realize what I would be talking about. And it often happens that way. This is the reason why I cannot do short form content, right? I'm not gonna say I cannot, right? I would just say that because I have, right? I can't say that I cannot because I have done it. I just want to say that it is more beneficial to me for my purpose and my mission to do long form content. It's because of this, right? It's because it allows me to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the message. And even though I'm circling it back around to the fact of what I said in the beginning, at the end of the day, I have way too much wisdom and lived experience not to to tell y'all. Like I'm walking in purpose and this is what it looks like. So I'm super grateful to have you all here with me today. If you resonated with anything that I talked about today, please be sure to leave it in the comments. I am super grateful to have you all here. And if you resonated with anything that I said, I think I just said that, leave it in the comments below. And I will see you all back here tomorrow, every single day, every single day. I will see y'all back here tomorrow. So please be sure to subscribe. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.